So what we have here is Haku of the Tubes is actually, in a lot of ways, I consider him kind of like the OG Tower God YouTuber. Like, he was on the platform for a long time. Like, he was doing his thing. And so definitely give him a look. Check out his channel. Subscribe to him. And thank you, Bonjour mon coeur, because he does good work. He is the one who did that video of the essence of nothingness and kind of talked about the true meaning of the essence of bravery and how it was being presented and whatnot. So he did a video where he basically, I think he might have went through the entire webtoon multiple times possibly, and basically based off panel time, I believe, he ranked the characters with the most screen time from 1 to 100 to 1. So without further ado, let's watch the video and see what's popping.
A little something like eeny, meeny, right from the beginning. Smoke a little pack, but the pack never timid. Church, but I'm seeing it. Curse when I'm winning. She need a new back. When it's back, I'ma bend it. Slap up some guinea. Ask me to hit it. Watch a nigga black slipper yak, I'ma quit it. Swerve in the Benzie. Perfume is Fendi. Bob and move fast, real fast like I'm Ricky. Yes, 'cause I'm pretty. Came from the dirt. Showing up a nigga can't handle the work. Ooh, y'all, swing with it first. Young white girl like I remember that.
Look at my guy. The beard looking nice.
Hello everybody, Haku here with the Tower of...
Let me know how the volume is for everything, by the way. Let me know if he's too loud, if I'm too loud, so I can adjust the audio as need be. Let's get
God screen time video. And the way I'm going to be presenting this is the top 100 characters in Tower of God by screen time, so that we don't have to go through every character that appeared like once. But don't worry, so that you can, like, maybe you've forgotten some of these characters, so that you can help sort of keep track of what I'm talking about as I'm discussing it more. It's not just going to be my face up here the whole time. I'm going to have stuff on screen as I'm talking about all the characters. But I just thought that before I got into that really quick, it was kind of important to talk about, like, the criteria a bit. And
Okay, so he's probably gonna tell us like one question that I had for him prior to making this is like, how is he handling white specifically? Is Holquin white? Is Holquin and white separate? Is it when white is the dominant personality? So I'm happy that he's gonna clarify the criteria that he used. Let's get it.
And how I went about collecting all of this information. So this took forever. I've been taking notes on this since like the hiatus, so it's been well over a year. And this is only going to cover the first 500 chapters, because that's when I finished the notes and started kind of preparing to turn this into a video.
Okay, so this is up to chapter 500. I believe if we add all the raws and what's out as of today as I'm recording this video, there's 541 chapters. So keep that in mind. This is only up until chapter 500.
Video, and I had really hoped to get it up much sooner, but things in real life outside of YouTube got in the way of that. So I had hoped to do this much sooner, but yeah, this is going to be going by chapter appearances within the first 500 chapters, and the way I did that, or the reason I did that, is because I counted any character that I thought was going to be significant at all, or any that got like a CU box, like a box in the manhwa saying, you know, D rank regular, insert name here, or ranker, insert name here. I counted the screen time for any of those characters and ended up with 332 characters. So
Jesus, 300. I admire the amount of work and preparation it takes to make a project like this. This is not easy.
talking about all of those would get boring, because I'd be like, oh, Unisona showed up like twice or something. Or Collar showed up like 3 times. So I'm only going to be doing the top 100, but if any of you are interested in more of the data or more specific stuff, just let me know. And also at the end of this video, to make things easier to look at, I split the series into 11 portions to take notes on each portion, and then added them all together for the complete screen time. So at the end, I'll go through like the top 10 characters from each segment of the story once I get through the top 100.
Yeah, I think I see down here it says by arc and saga. So okay, that's interesting. Okay.
Overall. But we went by chapter appearances just because I suppose it's not impossible to do it by like every single panel they appeared in, but to do so for all of these characters, again, this took me months.
Glam is Glam. Glam is in my call. He's muted and deaf, and I don't know if he's sleeping or something or reading. But yes, he is. Or he is technically in the call. Well, I don't know if he's gonna be in the video. But yes, welcome clans. Yeah, he put in a lot of work. He has a lot of really good videos like this. I'm actually gonna go through a lot of his videos that I think you should definitely peep from him because I really like a lot of the work that Haku does and how he speaks about the series. And he's like, in my opinion, he's like the OG. He may not have the most notoriety and clout for it, but he's the first person that I saw even really be on YouTube speaking about Tower God in general. Like you can go back to like 5 years and find content that he's made.
Upon months, over a year. And even just going through one chapter and counting up the screen time for all the characters in it took easily like 5 to 10 minutes, sometimes a bit longer, because CU likes to hit us with really long chapters sometimes. So because of all that,
how's the volume, by the way?
Impossible,
how does Haku sound? How do I sound? Is the volume good?
It would basically be a full-time job for a long amount of time to do it by panel appearances. Also, when it comes to counting the characters, I counted flashbacks because that is screen time for the character. The character showing up in a flashback counts. Silhouettes counted if it was clear, like that was the character. Like say somebody mentions Baylord Yama and then CU shows us a silhouette, and the silhouette is clearly supposed to represent Yama. Then I counted that.
Okay, because I was gonna say like. Remember, does anybody here remember Kaido's first silhouette? We not counting that. That's not Kaido. Who is that? Okay, good. Just making sure.
If it's just kind of like nebulous and, we don't really know, then it's different. But if we're like specifically supposed to, as a reader, understand that this silhouette is supposed to represent this character, then it counted. Some more characters I'll get into when I get to them on the list kind of had to have some special rules applied, like say Emily. Anytime we saw the sort of real quote-unquote body of Emily, that counted. Or I also counted anytime that we saw the sort of mascot icon talking to people.
That's a Koido? Okay, so Emily, I didn't think about Emily. Okay.
So that's...
You know what the crazy is? I thought he did top 30. Haku, you're a monster, dude. Like, 100? God. You'd have to pay me in real time as I am researching for me to do something like this. I need to be paid by the hour.
That's how that counted. And as far as data characters went for the Hidden Floor, I asked on Twitter, and I think even here on YouTube, should I count the data versions of the character as the character themselves, or as a completely separate character? Everybody said count them separately, so that's what I did. I will say that Data Yu Hansung and the real Yu Hansung both made the top 100, and if you were to combine the two of them together, like really coincidentally, they would have had the same exact amount of screen time as Yuri. So that was really cool. But yeah, they all count separately, the data versions compared to the real versions. And there are a couple other weird coincidences like that. There's
you, Myles? That's hop in. Never mind.
Lots of top.
Unless I can't hear him and he's talking to me. Damn it. Hold on. No, Myles? Discord is not detecting any input from my mic. That's not good. A moment. Let's see what I can do here. Wait, that makes no sense. It's not picking up my mic volume here. I wonder why. Let's go to voice and audio. I see why. Hello? Output device should also be this. Hello? Still can't. Oh, damn it, he left. Myles?
Hello?
That's my fault. I had my settings messed up. You can hear me now. Okay, good.
Oh, what's up?
Y'all can hear him? Hope you guys can hear him.
Hello, chat.
Yes. Actually, while I'm doing this, let me just I wanted to tweet out Haku's channel on my thingy. Yeah, he went to work, bro. I thought it was top 30, so he did 100 characters. It's about 50 minutes long.
So
yeah.
I was gonna say, is this does he do it just one take all time, or does he also do it by seasons?
He's got so I'll tell you what he said so far. So what he said so far is because he's kind of explaining the criteria for it. So for one, he counted the data versions of characters as separate from so like Data Han Sung Yu and Han Sung Yu are two different characters, and he said
That's fair.
He said if you actually he asked the community first what they thought he should do about it. He talked about Emily. I think he said for Emily, if her real body appears and stuff like that, and even I think if she was just like around, he counted that. And but damn it, what else did he say? I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to rack my brain for what he said. There's one more important distinction he made. Oh, it's up until chapter 500. So for 41 missing chapters, because he was doing this from the hiatus. So that's as far as he had gotten. So just take that with a grain of salt that it's not post chapter 501 basically. It's not it's not applicable. He didn't count those chapters. So
Gotcha.
and he has top 100. It says top here, and then at the end here he has them by arc and saga. He didn't literally. I think he go just accumulative panels, bam 1, Guero 2. I don't think he really did it like that, but we'll see. But you ready?
Did you do a prediction thing beforehand?
Oh, that's a good idea. Let me think. Who do I think is tops? And actually, do you want me to share it with you, or do you want to watch it on stream?
I'll just put my top 10 in the stream right now.
No, I meant not for prediction. I meant like, do you want to just watch what he's saying through stream, or do you want me to stream it in Discord as well? Is what I'm saying.
Oh no, I'm looking at it on my laptop. I got it.
Okay, bet. All right. Okay. Okay. Throw me one weird prediction. What do you think is going to be a surprise that no one's expecting?
Top 10?
Like a top 20 appearance that you think no one would expect. I actually think Yuri has a lot more screen time for some reason than I remember. I don't know what it is. I think Yuri's like top 20. I don't know why.
Fuck. I was gonna say Karaka or White.
Oh, he counted. He said flashbacks count. By the way, flashback count is
I think one of the Slayers might get it. Honestly.
Okay. Karaka, eh?
Because even Arab White actually might have more screen time. Because when you look at the Train of Death, and from Hulk, I guess Hulk couldn't be separate, wouldn't he?
No,
Never mind.
I don't know if he answered that yet, but that's something I was interested in knowing. How does he count White and Hulkin? Is it as long as Hulkin is the main host? Is Hulkin and White different? Like, I'm not sure how he did that, so he might explain it.
Okay, because if Hulkin's attached, he might be up there.
Actually, low-key think White could be top 10, or like
He
encroaching upon it, like 13-ish. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, what about you? Ready to go?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Eyes when we're in the sort of higher numbers here, just because like these characters haven't had enough screen time to separate themselves out, and the biggest tie ended up being I don't remember how many it was. I think it might have been a 9-way tie, or maybe it was an 11-way tie. I think it was a 9-way tie for 100th place. As I was counting up all the screen time and stuff, I was like, wow, it's really sort of weird that these characters have the same amount of screen time, and then another character would end up with that same amount, and then another character, and I'm like, well, there's 332 characters. They don't have enough to make the top 100. I'm not going to have to worry about this massive, massive tie of all these characters having the same amount of screen time. And then I got to 99 characters who had more screen time than them and realized, oh wow, no, all of these characters are tied for the 100th spot.
Wow. He's a monster for doing this. I was saying earlier, you gotta pay me by the hour to do something like this.
There's absolutely no way. There's no way I could do it.
No, I said I could do it, but I literally said as I am researching, I need to be paid by the hour. It's the only way you get me to do this. If not, I'm sorry, guys. I don't got this in me. You know what? I might do something like this for Kubera. I don't know what, but we'll see. We'll see.
So before we get into the top 99, we have a massive tie for 100th place. So this is technically the top, 108. But yeah, let's start getting into the actual list. Starting out our top 100 with...
Let's go! 100. Who you see in the corner? Who in the
I'm
upper left? Who's you got? Wait, Vincente has as much screen time as him. That's embarrassing. But yeah. Okay, let's go. I actually wasn't sure. I wasn't sure he was gonna be on it. I don't know. I don't know why. I wasn't sure.
That's surprising. I think I'm more surprised that El Pantheon isn't higher.
El Pantheon. Wait, El Pantheon being this high is kind of crazy because he was introduced during the last station.
Yeah.
Death Lady has as much screen time as Mule Love. That's wild, bro. I don't even know who M is. Who is that?
That's Zia Lulu's pet. That's the thing. That's
No, not Mian. The girl here.
that's
Mian.
isn't that the one that revived Kun? Or am I tripping?
Nah, that's not a Woonion. That's not it.
I assume that it's probably someone from the data floor.
Possibly. Shout out to Data Viole too. That's crazy though. But I think Vincente surprises me here. But I don't know if the chapters where he kind of reappears for a bit would fall under the 500. I'm not sure.
Oh well, I guess Mia Love would also be a lot higher with the recent chapters too.
That's a good point. Oh yeah, that's a good point. He did come back and resurface. Oh. Hey yo, I'm gonna let this play in the background. All right, thank you. Glam's actually like on definite mute, but I'll tell him he said hi. The minstrel, yeah, okay. Sanchez, interesting, but yeah, El Pantheon got here really quick. Shia Lulu, that makes kind of sense. This is the girl from the thing floor. Okay, I got it. But let me think. Who am I I'm trying to think. That's so crazy to me. Not
With the or technically again 108.
I want to know if he says like how many panels each person, I guess, technically has, just out of curiosity. I mean, I don't need that information, but I'd like it.
With the huge 9-way tie for 100th place, all of these characters appeared exactly 17 times in the series, in the first 500 chapters at least. Again, I guess I'll have to do an updated version every 100 chapters. That'd be like every 2 years I can do an updated version, add the count for the next 100 chapters, because
I want to help him out with the next one. I swear I will. I'll help him.
of course Mule Love has been in some more recent chapters, so we would move up a bit.
Yes, sir!
But, yeah, going with the top 100 here, we have a tie between Mian, Xia Lulu, and I thought it was interesting because there were a lot of times when Mian was with Paul or with
I was about to say, because didn't this animal separate when Paul came to the cage? I was actually like, I'm pretty sure I've seen Mian separate from Xia Lulu, but interesting.
characters that were at the wall with the sleeping forget-me-not. So Mian wasn't with Jalulu a lot, and there was a lot of Jalulu not being with Mian. And
I almost want to like make my the thing on my screen bigger to like fill up like this one part gap, so me and Haku are like like perfectly squared here, but I can't. I don't know how to do that.
yet they still ended up having the exact same amount of screen time. Death Lady's there, which I'm really happy to see because I really like Death Lady.
So do I.
Alpathion made it.
That's Crockett's best
Dadaviol
minion,
did.
low key.
So did Miayum. It's really weird Dadaviol having the same amount of screen time as some of these other characters. Sanchez was one of the biggest surprises taking notes.
Who's Sanchez? You remember who that is? No? Nice talk.
There were a lot of surprises that I guess, like, in hindsight, like, after I took my notes, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense now. Sanchez was a big surprise because
Sanchez was.
Hmm?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
Never mind.
actually was Sanchez. I don't know.
He's the he was one of what's his name's minions. Oh boy on Floor of Death.
Oh, Hell Joe.
Yeah, he was the one dude who got big and was like, "Oh, I'm super strong now. I can just." And then I think that's when Yuri body.
Okay.
I think.
That is shocking. What the hell? Sorry, I didn't remember who that was. Yeah, Sanchez is Hell Joe's meeting. Okay. Thank you. All right.
I really didn't even particularly remember him, but
Neither did I.
he fought Yuri for a while, and then he stuck around and got a lot of screen time during, like, the Hell Joe versus Yurik / Bomb stuff. He just stuck around and got a lot of shots of him that way. He was around even after that fight, I think. I'm pretty sure he had a couple interactions with the Evan and with the Evan and Garam
Garam?
stuff that was going on. So Sanchez got kind of a ridiculous amount of screen time that I didn't expect. We have Arie Vicente at this point. Vicente hadn't been the main personality of White yet in the first 500 chapters, so this is pretty much only his screen time during the Hell Train itself. And then Mule Love tying with all of them, barely making it into the top 100, but again, like that he's there, and he would probably move up higher now that we've had, 30 more chapters.
Yeah, so technically, you know what I'm saying? He like 89. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm not boosting him too far with 89, but let's just say he higher now because some of these bozos are dead, like El Pantheon.
Since then. Next, the 90s are divided into two big ties. We have a tie for 96th place between four characters. We've got Dang Dang, who, only really stuck around for one arc, so it's pretty.
Dang Dang has what? Ew!
Wait.
Ew!
Wait.
There's no way. Now I'm offended. Not Dang Dang. Apple? I didn't know Apple was there around at the beginning though. The sweet fish?
Wait.
No! You love no.
There's no way.
You lost to Dang Dang. I hate it.
Wait.
Yeah, what's up?
Wait. Ari Brightshaw. Ari had that much screen time?
That's what I'm saying. How did she?
I swear she was in 10 panels.
She was going crazy, kind of, sort of, now really against Van Kel, and I can't remember nothing. I can't. Your Phoenix down is top 100. That's so wild, bro. What the hell?
Wait, the sweet fish has more screen. There's no.
Canzon has. Is not type or not. Canzon? This stupid mutt nigga is tied with Hell Joe, the antagonist of an entire arc, bro.
I swear Hell Joe was actually around a lot. That's insane.
That's crazy to me.
The fucking sweet fish.
Yeah. What's up, Simi? You can hop in if you want. Okay, so Yulio Mata, okay, fine. Apple was kind of around earlier, so I kind of get it. Sharon, Dang Dang is sending me. How is Dang Dang top 90, bro? What?
Dang Dang, I can kind of see a bit.
Was he really there that long? He's dead. Yeah, he's a loser. He ugly. I don't like it.
Because remember, even though it wasn't weird, it's one of those things like beginning of season 3, he was just always around. He wasn't saying shit, but he was just there.
I guess. That's crazy. Hell Joe gotta be top. Hell Joe gotta be top 50. He's not, unless he's counting. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he separated the rest of stuff. I think he just took Hell Joe in its entirety. Let's continue though. My bad.
Pretty impressive that he made top 100, and it really didn't feel like we got to see too much of Dang Dang in that arc that he was actually in. Ari Bright-Sharon, which I'm again excited for because I really like her. I wish we got so much more Ari Bright-Sharon though. She's like seriously one of my favorite characters that barely appears. Yuliu Mata made it, and so did Apple, all tying for 96th place. For the 91st place, we have a 5-way tie between Suo, I think is technically how it should be pronounced, Kanzone, Hell Joe, which was one of the biggest surprises to me that shouldn't have been a surprise. Like, when you think about it, he was only in the Floor of Death arc, and the Floor of Death arc is a pretty long arc, but not the longest. It's like 30-some chapters, which in the grand scheme of Tower of God really isn't all that much. But I guess it's because I read and did reviews and everything week to week. Hell Joe just seemed so big and important to me that I'm like, wow, how is he this low? Sweetfish also tied with them, the Sweetfish / Firefish that Kun has that he calls Sweetfish. And then Hana Yu also tied with all of them.
Who's Hana Yu? I don't remember who that is. I'm the first girl here at 91. I do not remember her, like in any capacity, but I don't know. But I remember
when I see pink hair, I want to think of like a Eurasia clan member, but like
that's not Young Sleep. I mean Miss Sleep.
Yeah, that's not her.
No, but all right, that's interesting though. Honestly, I'm already shocked. I'm not even far into this yet. I'm already perplexed.
A sucker for Bomb's teammates, so of course I would love to see Hana Yu again. I've always wanted the Season 1 or Volume 1 teammates for Bomb that we haven't seen since then to come back at some point. So I would very much love a Hana Yu, or I guess technically it should be Yu Hana, I think. I think I got the name order mixed up there, but the translation uses Hana Yu. I would very much love to see her again. But yeah, that's the 90s. Quick and easy, moving on. We've still got a bunch of big ties in the 80s. Like I said, when we're at the higher numbers, it's sort of like a lot of characters weren't around for as much, so they ended up.
Hong Shunhua, Michael Verdi. Oh, shout out Verdi. I like Verdi. Cha?
Io?
Cha? Cha? Who the fuck is Io? Who is this nigga? Who
He's
is
the
that?
He's the workshop guy.
Oh, he got this much screen time. Mask Girl. Okay, Pedro. I think is Aria Albeda. Okay.
Medley? This is unreal.
Wang, no way, dude. I don't even know who this first nigga is. I don't remember him. Michael would have, I guess, a bit more than Apple because of his where did he pull out that big ass needle at one point? I guess I don't know, kind of.
Yeah, Michael's fine. Verdi's even fine.
Yeah.
Shaw's fine. Everybody else can go kick rocks.
What about Sun Nari? I'm kind of shocked she's up there.
This girl's name is Mask Girl, and she's 84. She doesn't have a name.
I don't even know who that is. I don't recognize her. She got a Trauma Ray mask on. What's going on? He said family. Asians love Belda. Really? That's crazy to me. This is interesting. All right, let's keep pushing though. But shout out Verdi.
Up having the same amount of screen time because the screen time count numbers for them really weren't all that high. We have a huge 7-way tie for 84th place that gave us Huang, and of course I counted Huang as again one of those sort of special ones. Whether it was the yellow golden orb body for Huang, or the puppet body for Huang, or the Yura's brother body for Huang, it was all the same character, just in different bodies. So
it's crazy. He's explaining who this is, and it's not coming back to me. I just don't know who could do this. Someone has different bodies. I don't know who he's talking about. I gotta Google this. Hold on. Who is this nigga? Hong Chun Wa Tower of God. Okay. What was introduced?
Oh.
Fisherman F rank.
That man.
Season 1.
The guy with the
regular, he
sword,
passed
the
the
night
second.
dude.
Oh, he has an ignition weapon. Okay.
That's the one that Endorsey stole to fight Ran.
Ah. Alright. Damn.
That man?
Yo, you out here? You out here making moves? You out here getting that screen time? Oh, shoot. Recognize people 100 in 80s. Big breeder guy. There's a big breeder guy here. Io's still sending me to Mask Girl because her name is Mask Girl.
that all counted. Medley is kind of a surprise. Really, it doesn't feel like, again, I just mentioned with Floor of Death, it's really a small portion of a really, really huge series.
Oh, the simp that was
the
following.
same thing
You're
feels
right,
true of Hidden Floor, but Medley somehow just had a ton of screen time. And I guess even with Floor of Death, when you look back on it, for at least the first...
Wait. No, that's not Borrow. Hold on. You know what? Let me just stop trying.
First portion of it, we really didn't see much Hell Joe. Arie Albelda / the clone. I know some people don't like actually considering the clone to be Albelda. I just think it's easier to call the clone Albelda because Albelda's in there with a bunch of other souls. And you kind of generally know who I'm talking about. Pedro tied with all of them, and so did the Mask Girl. I think technically she's called Gun Girl or Gunner Girl on the wiki, but I always just called her Mask Girl. The girl that was a part of Aka Williams' team, who was there in Revolution Road. She's there like all through the Hell Train stuff, all the way through Dollar Show. And we even get to see her like have some actual named moves, I think, and like fight.
What? She has made moves. She got attacks. You know what that means? She's better than Jack the Drag Down.
During the big group fight against Anna and stuff. So yeah, that's a surprising one. She gets fairly high up there with like actual important or memorable characters. And I guess that's something else that you're going to see is that the screen time doesn't necessarily reflect importance. There are lots of really important characters that we don't see very often, and lots of characters that
See, that makes sense because especially if it's like a character with a lot of power that you don't want to like break the power ceiling, the glass ceiling yet, and you want to save them for like end game. That makes kind of a lot of sense to me. But I won't lie to you, some of these are definitely already sending me. I knew a Jack Stray was coming. I was about to say, already better than Jack. Let's go. We're all on the same page. Yes, sir. He's a
you
bozo.
would think don't really do much, but have tons of screen time. Now, Punk didn't make the top 100, but EO, the blue one, did make the top 100 for the screen time at 84th place, and Sunwoo Nare also tied with all them. Then we have a four-way tie for number 80 or spot 80 with Hong Chunhwa, again a little bit more than Sunwoo Nare, Cha, Verdi, and Michael. So again, that's really interesting. We've seen these characters quite a bit, especially when I get into the top tens of like certain sections of the story. You'll see that there was one section where, like one of the most recent ones, where Cha had a ton of screen time. So yeah, these are all characters we've.
No, Cha doesn't surprise me, even though he's still pretty new. Because Cha's revolution, revelation, it was revealed to us the Wall of Peaceful Coexistence around that time, right? That's pretty recent, but because of Hidden Grove and his importance, he's been here a lot. He had to fight with Kendrick DL. I don't know if that falls under the after 500 and whatnot. But he had a lot to do immediately, and remember he immediately like bamped the Nita Bam, had the Forget Me Not arc and stuff, and her like in his like connection.
Plus the flashbacks.
Yes. So he's not that surprising to me. And I
Dang,
don't know if I
Doan's
said it
gonna be
before.
high.
I don't have a problem with Cha now. By the way, he cold. I'm cool with him.
So Doan's gonna be pretty high.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm actually interested to see if Kanye makes the list. Her sister. I wonder if she made it.
Oh, hi.
What's up? Oh, there you
I'm
go.
deafened.
Bara said
I'm
hi.
deafened and I'm in a stream now.
Bara said hi. Hi, Glamour. Earlier.
Oh, hello.
You're not here now, but
I woke up from my nap. Are you streaming right now?
Yeah, I am. I
Okay.
was just gonna say, if you want to join, you can join. There's something you can do. I am watching Haku of the Tube's video where he ranked the 100 top. Jesus Christ, 100.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, by screen
Yeah, I
time.
can
Yeah, can you,
Yeah.
yeah, you want to put it through the Discord? I didn't realize what you said earlier, but now that we have a natural break, I'm gonna ask.
That's fine. Let me know. Let me make sure. Make sure I'm sharing the right thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Big bird.
All right.
Shut up, math girl.
I'm gonna just go back a little bit for you. I'm gonna come back. I was at 13, 14. So here's top 100.
Yeah.
Mule Love, Vincente Sanchez, May Dada Viola, Apatheon, Death Lady, Shia Lulu, Mian. Anything here shocking to you? I didn't even know who Sanchez was. One of Hell Joe's minions. Or Miemu. I think she's.
Oh, I remember Sanchez.
Okay, yeah.
He gets low diffed by Yuri. I remember.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Shia Lulu and Mian made it too. Death Lady's out here. Alpathion's crazy. By the way, this is up to chapter 500. So there's 41 chapters technically missing. There's a couple other things that he said. Silhouettes counts, blah blah yada yada. But here's the top 99.
Where's my goat Deathbird at? That's what I need.
I don't know. Deathbird could be higher. I don't know, but Death Lady made it. But here's like the 90s.
Oh, Naya. On stream, it's cut off a little bit on the left.
I know.
Okay. All right, sure.
He said, "Yeah." I realize.
I know. Okay, don't worry about it. It's the only way I can kind of fit it a certain way, but don't worry about it. It's not a big deal.
Who the fuck was this Mata guy? I vaguely remember him.
Mata was the centipede guy from the floor of death. That was with Dang Dang.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Giant puppet master man.
Okay, but
Whatever the fuck.
how did the Guerrero sweetfish already? Why y'all here bodying Hell Joe? Hell Joe's a whole ass
This-
antagonist.
The sweetfish is just considered a character?
Yeah, it counts.
I mean, it's the greatest support character in the series so far.
It's a Phoenix down, bro. And here's the top 9. Yeah. The mask girl.
Shout out Mask Girl.
That shit's crazy. Alright, let's keep it pushing though.
In the 70s, we start to see a lot more important characters. We've got a big 5-way tie there between Dewan
Gado.
and Jordan, who I love has this much screen time. I want so much more.
Good dude. Let me see.
Okay, this is good.
Shout
all
out
of these make
Bottas.
sense to me, but Bottas being here is upsetting me though. I won't lie to you. I don't
Bottas,
I don't like him. He's a bozo.
he got introduced just to get cucked for no reason.
I'm actually really glad Lopabia Ren is there.
You're
'Cause I
mad?
really
Or
like
you're
him.
glad?
I'm glad.
I like him too, actually. So I feel that.
Machete makes sense. Machete's good.
I'm actually
Jordan,
curious to see if Data Machete has more screen time than her. Because Glam, the data versions of them were separate. He separated them. So like Data Han Sung Yu and Han Sung Yu are 2 different characters. You get me?
No, her data version definitely has more screen time.
I think that's possible, honestly. Let's listen.
If it was up to current day, probably not. But now, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Of him, he's one of my absolute favorite characters. Machete actually only at 75th place. Lopobia Ren and Akryung or Ghost, all of them had the same exact amount of screen time. Kelhalam came in 74th
No,
place.
the one who upsets me
and
here
then
is
a
Jordan.
big 3-way tie
I'm upset at
between
Jordan.
Gato, Bottas, and Data Zahard for 71st place. And that's a really interesting one too, because I was kind of surprised that Bottas and Data Zahard, again, both being characters from the same arc, had the same exact amount of screen time when...
Bottas is such a loser. Oh my god. Sorry.
What about his
Again-
plotline with his voice and shit, man?
Don't care about Rose, Bottas. I hate all of them zeros and ones. They're not real. They data.
I just comprehended that Ghost is right there. Wait, why is he there?
Arc Young and Ghost. Ghost.
Yeah.
Well, Ghost is technically the beginning of the series when him and Rack were throwing the spears or whatever. I think, right? And then he comes back to fight Bam a little bit at the beginning of season 3. I can't think of any other ones, but I guess they were.
I swear he's barely there.
I don't know, dog. That's crazy though. Dowan. Yeah, you're right though. Dowan did beat Cha. I don't dislike Jordan. He's one of the few Houndborns I kind of like, honestly. But Godot, I can't stand him. Him, Dang, Louis, whatever. All of them gotta go.
Come on, man. The deepest, darkest foot.
No,
Come
deepest,
on.
blackest, darkest, shadiest.
And I guess because of the big Bomb and Data Zahard fight, it feels like Data Zahard was so much more prevalent. But then I guess, again, early Hidden Floor, there was so much Bottas. So it's one of those things where when you first see the results, like when I first saw the results after taking the notes, I'm like, wow, is that really right? But then when you think about it more, you're like, yeah, that actually makes sense in a weird way. But again, very interesting that 2 arc characters from the same arc like that had the same exact amount of screen time. Getting into the 60s, we have a tie for 69th place, and it's Levin and Madarako. And Levin, again, the anime did him so dirty. I'm glad he at least has enough screen time to get this high up. But Madarako
What does that to do with the
is
sniper
kind of...
rifle?
Yes.
Serena?
Serena! Her dumbass trying to walk through the Shih Tzu wall? Actually, Makarov is about where I thought he would be. I was thinking like 50s. Okay.
Yo.
Wreck is actually higher than I thought.
Ho is fine because Ho was really prevalent like the entirety of the first season.
Yeah,
So I'm not mad at that.
Ron May having more panel time than Yurik Mizuno is criminal. That is ridiculous.
You still gotta kind of save Wreck a little bit, you know? He's kind of, saying.
Yeah,
that
but
profile.
Ron May over? Come on, man.
I'm surprised at Madarako because I swear he only did like 2 deals and was just in and out.
It could have been. I wonder if maybe he'll explain. Because I'm starting to wonder if he's going by. Because didn't he say 17 appearances? So I wonder if he's going by appearance in the chapter in general. I don't think he's going by literal panels, if I remember correctly. I forgot to mention that. I don't know if I mentioned that before.
Okay.
So I think it's like, so let's say in total for some reason I have 100 panels of like literally being in Tower of God, but I'm only in 16 chapters. I think the number is 16, not 100.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That's a little better, yeah. Yaz, I would be really curious to see Yaz now because Yaz
Yeah,
has
he's
to be
gotta
like top
be.
30.
He's gotta at least now be. Yeah, at least top 30. Levin, Ho, Serena, Madarako is the one I'm curious about. Let me see what he says.
Kind of a weird and interesting one. I didn't expect Madarako to have
Perfect.
gotten more screen time in the story than Machete or some of the other characters that we've already had. It really, I mean, I guess we have been seeing him a little bit at least as far back as Workshop Battle, but it still
Madarako was getting chased around the cage arc too. By the way, Haku, you can hop in if you want. But did I get? I don't know if you heard what I just said, Haku. Was my assessment right? You didn't take literal panel time. You took it by chapter appearance. So let's say I was in the Tower of God manga as a regular, and I have 100 panels in total out of the 500. But I only appear in 10 chapters. Is my number 10 or 100? Just to clarify. Sorry, I'm gonna give him the role in case he wants to jump in. If he's around.
Ooh, stop yawning.
All right, he just woke up though.
I did have a little nap.
I'll keep going for the time being, but I'll wait till they see if he answers me.
feels weird that he was so high up. Then after that, we had a big 5-way tie there for 64th place with Yasracha, who's a fairly new character, so it's pretty impressive that he made it this high up. Ha Chonhee.
Yes, there were 332 characters who had to go by chapter appearances. It take me years to count every panel of. Okay, totally fair. Totally fair. You're still gangster as hell for doing this, because I was saying, nigga, you gotta pay me by the hour to do this.
Data Kun Edwan, Ho and Serena, who both had the same amount of screen time. So, yeah, all of them
Meow,
for
meow.
64th place and 63rd, getting out of these ties a little bit as we start to move into the higher rankings. The 63rd place is Varagarv. Then 62nd was Mazano. Again, very, very important characters who it feels like we've seen a ton of by now. It feels like we've
No, I actually think that Mazzino's a little higher than I thought he was gonna be. I thought he'd be probably in the 80s.
I can agree to
It's
that.
just Flower of Zagania and Floor of Death. He doesn't really, and even the Floor of Death, like he's around, he comes like, oh look, it's me, I got the ankle thing, and then it's like, Graham, oh no, I'm hiding, and he's like, all right, why the hell, Joe, and I leave. Talk to the guy and I leave. So
Shakes.
he makes sense to me.
just seen a ton of Mazano by now. Coming in kind of on the lower end of things. And in 61st place, Ron May, sort of upping Varagarv here. I guess those scenes of her hanging out with Anak and the gang on Archimedes really helped her out in the screen time count.
Fair enough.
But yeah, those were our 60s. Now we have the places in the 50s getting really close to our top 50.
Bad.
In 60th place,
How did Alexi make it? There's no way. Amigo Chaz is he? Actually, you know what? No, it's still too high. What was he?
Oh, amigo Chaz. What the?
Not Raflajo, that fraud. Yo, Doom has more appearances than okay, but okay, no. You see now, I'm now, especially today with the flashback, everything for sure. Yes, Ratcha.
Bruh, I'm
Yeah.
crying, bro.
Shout out the biggest fraud in the series, Chang Road,
Yeah, he's dead.
being above top 60.
Yeah, he's dead. He's just gonna be regular nose to me. No B-rag.
Wait, I might be dumb. Is his name Blue Rose supposed to be a play on Bay Road?
Yes.
Maybe.
Oh my
Road.
gosh.
But yes, God Paracool though. Let's go. Revolution. Yes, sir. Woohoo.
Fucking Moonchari, man. Big rip.
Paul and Doom, interesting. Appearing already at this point more than Thingy, but that kind of makes sense, I guess, because I'm gonna check. Actually, can someone, one of you do me a favor and just check around what arc 500 is exactly? Is it the cage and stuff? Could you just let me know? This I want to know because
Yeah,
it would make sense
I
if it's
can
the
do
K
it.
Star because Doom, can't don't let him wake up. What was it called? What's it called again? The Canine Tooth Festival? Yeah, that's what they was doing, but very dope.
We have Alexei Amigo Chaz, which is a little bit of a surprising one, but
500
Chapter
is
5,
Bam Swipe.
Hots.
We never saw that motherfucker
yeah,
again
I
after
was gonna
Bam
say-
slammed his head into the ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Hots just using the sword too.
Oh, against Kendrick Dial, right? And
Yeah, so this is way later. Yeah.
Okay, after Boris Goon got clapped. Okay, fair enough.
Imagine if Bam killed Amigo Chaz at the workshop. That would have been funny as fuck.
I added you on thing, by the way, Haku, just in case you want to come join.
Never even knew
You
his
have-
name.
You have the role.
I didn't know Amigo Chaz's name.
No, I
He was
didn't
one of
know
the
his name.
boys.
The joke is,
What's that redhead?
I actually only know this because I think there was a trivia we did last year with it was Milios, Dr. Bonehead, among some other people. I think that's when it came up. I'm like, who is this? I don't know who this is. Because like one thing about Haku is like he remembers a lot of those, like a lot of characters. I just remove from my mind. Like, you're not important. I need the data space, so I just remove them. They remember like, oh yes, chapter 162, season 1. This guy with 2 panels. He's like the best guy ever. I'm like, who is this?
I'm good with faces and feats. Names I cannot do. I literally just called him Mayorhead.
The only reason I still remember Amigo Chaz because he randomly had a button-down suit and got his head slammed into the ground by Bam. Workshop battle.
Okay. Yeah, what's up, Abdo?
I respect it.
Elaine
I
is
like
about
it.
where I
He
thought
does
she would
show
be.
up kind of a bit more than you notice. He never really gets to play a big important role or get a lot of character development, but he's been showing up as recently as I'm pretty sure we saw him at the beginning of season 3 with the team. Like
stand
the
in the
team's
background
talking
looking
about
big.
going
That's all he
to
does.
find Dion Woon and stuff and save Kun and everything. I think we got to see him there, but I know we get to see him after the workshop battle a bit. I think there's at one point we get at least one shot of him at Last Station, maybe, when we're getting reintroduced to Ship and Hatsu's team. So again, kind of an interesting one, placing this highly. We've got Lopo Bia Elaine in 59th place. Three-way tie for 56th place between Muntari, Cheng Blarode, and Parakyul, who has had his name
Cheng.
spelled a bunch of different ways, but this is the spelling I went with. I love seeing Muntari this high up. I really liked his character. Cheng, again, another character I liked, but was written really weirdly.
Oh no, he got bodied by the Starbucks trio. I don't know if he cold, bro.
If you're getting bodied by the Starbucks trio after being hyped up as a top 5
Right?
regular,
I'm sorry. I still can't get over the Amigo Chaz thing. I'm literally crying tears. Why does he have such like a weird, like grand kingly name? This nigga doesn't talk, bro.
he stands in the background, sauced the fuck out, looking big and never saying anything. That's all he does.
Alexei Amigo Chaz. That is an amazing name for a man that doesn't do anything. I'm crying.
And Parakyul all tying with the exact same amount. And then 54th place, again the
Biggest
exact
fraud
same
in the
amount
tower,
with
Chang
Lafleho
Larode.
and Data Yuan Sung. Both arc characters from different arcs who played a pretty solid role. I was surprised with Data Yuan Sung because, again, it feels like we didn't get to see enough of him during Hidden Floor.
Really, I feel like he was in it a lot, actually.
I do too.
He was definitely in a lot.
Like, he was just like, because he was directly connected to, I want to say, like, Edouan and bringing Viole, the son of V, and Arlene to him and whatnot, right? So
Him and Kuhn had their weird "I hate you more" dick measuring contest ever since he got into that arc.
and I remember it clearly because it was jarring to see Han Sung Yu like this, because the version that I know today is some weird hybrid of the two or whatever, but like the version that I knew was like very dark and he was scheming, F.U.G member, like, so like when I saw, like, what the hell? Oh, he's younger though, so maybe the darkness of the tower changed him, but
We'd all been like, "Where's the kimono at? He's just wearing a hoodie."
with a coffee.
I might be biased because he's one of my favorite characters, but I was like, we really didn't see that much Yuan Sung. And yet, going back, counting everything up, it's so crazy that Daddy Yuan Sung has had more screen time than, say, Yusracha or Masheni. 53rd place was Paul, 52nd place, just a little bit higher, was Baylord Doom, and 51st place, kind of a newer character. It's impressive that he almost made top 50, but just missing out on making it into the top 50 is Calavan, who there's almost a part of me that expected him to be a little bit higher ranked. But I guess, again, in the grand scheme of a 500 plus chapter long saga, really, I guess it makes sense that he hasn't been around that long.
But even then, he had a really huge presence, like all of season 3.
I'm trying to think.
Because he was the whole wall thing with Doan. He was like, I feel like he was there all the time.
Yeah, but we had so many chapters of the cage shit going on at the beginning of season 3. There's a lot of time he's not there.
That's true.
Like, I would probably say, given how long season 3's been going, he's been roughly a little over half of season 3.
Bro.
Yeah.
And that's not including... And he wasn't even there for Last Station for all of it.
Even though he has been so sort of at the forefront recently. But, yeah, now we get to move on into our top 50. Starting out the top 50 is just a really weird one.
Who the fuck is Hong Danhwa?
I don't know, but Poro Po?
Oh, no. I know who Hong Danhwa is, actually.
Poro Po! Vespa! Over.
No, shut up, Vespa. Bees raw. We respect Vespa.
Oh, God, bro.
Hong Da was the night dude who followed, was it the blue hair girl?
Oh, that point.
Yeah. See, someone else mentioned him earlier. I'm like, no, I feel like that's not the same guy. Okay, so I was right.
He's the dude that was like, my family's swordsmanship. And
yeah.
Wait, Emily's a character?
Yes.
I guess true. Yeah.
At this point, she shouldn't be. But
if the Sweet Fish is a character, so was Emily.
That's fair.
The conductor of the train is sending me, bro. But I guess we were on that train for a while. I guess we were on that train for a minute though. But Jesus Christ, nigga,
my boy.
I barely remember you. Huh?
Rip Aka.
I like Vespa. I feel like Vespa's still high though.
So do I.
Because that's really the only thing she did was fight Bam.
When was the last time Ghost Sang was?
That's what I'm saying. I don't like her. I'm sorry, guys. I know.
You don't like glasses?
I don't like Masang either. I just don't like them. They're useless. Like, but Masang, no, they're not moving.
Masang beat the shit out some people.
I'm not surprised Evangel's that high. She has more than Caliban?
That makes sense.
Does it?
Flashbacks.
Yeah, flashbacks plus. I
think Caliban's flashback with the Essence of Bravery is just one. But there's multiple points where Han Sung-yu thinks about his relationship with Van Kelly.
What I was saying, because they both came around in season 2 around the same time, right?
Well, I don't know if Haku's counting the mentions in season 1 for Van Kelly either.
No, it's not no mentions. No mentions.
No, I think it has to be physically there.
And like the silhouette has to be like an app silhouette. So I was saying earlier, like if you know how Kaido's first silhouette is not Kaido at all.
Yeah,
that don't count. That don't count.
Well, because I would argue
she was there for the entirety of Last Station, the whole time. She was there.
So was Caliban.
No, she came in way earlier than him. Caliban didn't show up
to fight Sharon and El Pathion
but before 500, Caliban had a far bigger presence in earlier season 3 than she did.
That's debatable because you also have to remember that she was teaching Bam stuff. I don't remember if we saw her in the battlefield stuff.
She was at the cage because Gale Helen was there, and
that's true. They were fighting. He was fighting with Yama.
Oh fuck!
She was fighting fucking Gale Helen at one point.
Yeah.
You are right.
I'm with you that I would have assumed Caliban's is higher. I don't think it's strange for her to be here though, but I would have thought her. I don't know.
I forgot she was at the cage.
Yeah, she was.
It's just sad how she's just a fraud now, but whatever.
And they're fighting Last Station longer than Caliban versus Jinsung? Okay, bet. All right.
Because she was out here flexing on her Yamamoto shit on burning the whole floor, which she's never done again.
Nah. Well, the administrators or floor reader might come interfere, but I remember when that one guy was like, she's like, shut up, like burn. Like it's like, yo.
Just a really, really strange one with the three-way tie at 48th place between Poropo, Vespa, and Ha Jinsung. Now, I get Vespa and Ha Jinsung. We've seen quite a bit of them. Vespa's not that important, but,
He's
Yeah,
raw.
yes, she is.
they've at least been at the forefront. We've seen plenty of them. Poropo, I
She better than Gosang and Masang.
really didn't
Also,
expect to have this much screen
Loro,
time.
Loro,
I
Loro
really
was about to
don't
be
remember him getting that much. Even when we were on the Hell Train, I guess he did get a lot during Dollar Show because he was sort of the MC for it. And he had
That's true. He was talking a lot during the Dollar Show, and wasn't there like a point two in the last station? They're like, "Hey, yo, conductor, hey, yo, like, stop." He's like, "Ah, shit, what do I?"
Yeah.
And I think about how long we were really technically sort of on the Hell Train. I know we went from floor to floor.
We were on there
stopped at the But we
forever.
were there for a long time. So like, I guess not that crazy. I just don't want to believe it. Like, fuck off, Poro.
Wasn't he in like damn near every flashback that Daniel had too?
Probably.
That makes sense. No, that makes sense. You're right.
He was on
You're
the crew.
No, that makes sense. But damn, I love this. This is great.
has stuck around since then, until we got to season 3 at least. And even before then, since Revolution Road, but it just feels really weird having him this high up. It really didn't feel like he had that much screen time, but again, he did the same amount as Jinsung. It just feels so strange to me. It feels so off. 47th was Quant Blitz. Now, Quant Blitz, you can maybe put a little bit of an asterisk beside, because for Quant, I did also count as screen time any time that we saw him like on a billboard.
I'm not mad at that though. But let me see what he has to say.
Or on a soda
meme panel time, hilarious.
can or something. I'm like, well, that is Quant. He is on screen. If you're a fan of Quant, you're like, hey, he showed up here.
It's true. I did notice when he was on it though, so I guess I'm not mad at that. Up to when is this? It's up to chapter 500, Abdel.
Even if it was just on a billboard or something. So that's one that you can kind of put an asterisk beside, because I did count any like cameos and product placement and stuff for Quant. But yeah, 47th place is Quant. Three-way tie for 44th place with Gosang, who, again, it feels weird because we haven't seen Gosang in so long. But I guess for the first...
They say he's stat padding for Quant. Stat padding.
Only anyone cares about season 1. Get him out of here.
Shout out Quant, man. I like him more than Quantum Blitz, I'll tell you that much.
Segment of season 2, she really was around like
I got so many bangs, and Bam's like, anyways.
all the time.
Five.
Evan Kell, who again is a newer character as far as like actual physical introduction goes. So that's pretty impressive. And Emily, who I mentioned before getting into this, is a character that kind of has special circumstances where I counted anytime we saw the, again, quote-unquote, body of Emily, but also anytime we saw the Emily mascot face while people were talking to Emily.
Wow.
Her 43rd place.
Because Emily's kind of like a sentient like AI and stuff like that. So to me, for that, it makes sense. I think you could argue whether the Quant thing makes sense for you or not. I'm not mad at it, but at least he explained it, so I'm not mad at that.
As Akka Williams, another kind of surprising one.
Shout out Big Lips.
I'm trying to think if I'm surprised by Akka being this high. I probably didn't think Akka was top 50, but if let's say Akka was 53, I think that would have probably.
I'm gonna
He had all of the first station, basically,
plus the flashbacks.
plus the flashbacks, plus
That's
the
fair.
initial part of that
True.
of the Hell Train stuff. I don't remember when he got off the train.
Because Boro Sachi and them are gonna be
'Cause
higher.
He wasn't there for floor
Sachi
death.
Faker, that faker.
I don't want to talk about Sachi.
You want to talk about one of the best team, right?
Because
I
Akka
don't want to talk about Sachi.
All right, you guys hold down for a quick second. I got a tinkle.
Want to leak our Warhammer conversations in the stream while Nia's not here? Miles?
We don't leak the goatness that is the Tomb Kings.
Oh, I told you. I told you.
The beauty of craftsmanship has never looked so good in death.
Where are you at? Where are you at right now? Still history, right?
No, I got all the history. I'm actually just looking at specific people.
I'll wait until you look at Cetra the Imperishable.
Oh no, I've done Cetra.
Oh my god.
I've done Cetra.
He's the goat.
I've done it. Yeah,
He's the goat.
yeah, 100%.
It's like my top.
100%.
He's like one of my top 3 characters. Period. That's my fucking.
I'm not
boy.
mad at that. I am not mad. I was gonna ask if, how do you like Nagesh compared to Malekith?
No, Malekith over.
Okay.
Because I think the Snorri connection is better than the other shit that Nagash does.
That's actually fair.
Let us.
Floor ruler Naya.
What's up?
What?
Floor ruler Naya.
Really,
Too much
even in the Hell
responsibility.
Train didn't stick around that long, but I guess for the short amount of time that Akka Williams was with us, they just got a decent amount of screen time in that short amount of time. Yeah, when I'm thinking about it, again, it's one of those things where at first you're
In
like,
hindsight,
Akka
he was
Williams got
so
more screen time.
Because if he introduced the defender position, which nobody else really has.
That's true.
Plus the curse people stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Akka's fine. That makes sense.
Isn't the only other defender we know about in the series Blood Matter?
Yes. There is actually a random person that I never forgot him because it was like the only mention of somebody who was like, oh, you must have the blood of Hendel blood matter in you because you're Shinsu resistant, but it's like a random ass dude though. It's not like a character, like a named character though.
Yeah.
Hashtag Defender Lives Matter. All right.
Evangel or Jinsung, but then when you think about it, you're like, yeah, I kind of guessed they weren't around for that long, but they were on screen a lot when they were around. 41st place is another tie between Hong Danwa and Quattro Blitz, characters who showed up in a bunch of different arcs, were with Bomb's team for quite a bit, so, it kind of makes sense. Even though a lot of people forget about Danwa, he has actually just gotten a lot of time on screens from Revolution Road all the way up through
He had a cool
the Hell
ignition
Train,
weapon.
and even appearing here and there whenever we get to see
Who the fuck fought him at first?
Yiwa again.
Wasn't it that one Mad Dog that I can't remember the name of?
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
The
Sorry.
one that
One of the-
Bam fought like 3 times.
Fuck, what was his name?
I'm gonna put this on screen after.
Was it David?
But
Was his name David?
who?
David.
Which Yiwa as a character we'll get to, but geez, I'm actually missing Yiwa a lot, and I know like big fans of the character have
Bring
to be
back
missing
Fire Saiyan
because
Lady.
she was around a lot and then hasn't been around in a really long time now. Feels bad to be a Yiwa fan. Almost as bad as it must feel to be in a Noct fan. Now we're into our top 40. We're at the place where ties are a bit more rare. I think there's only one more
That shit
after
was
this.
at the beginning of season
But
3. It hasn't been seen ever
Leroro
again.
made it into
Bellswar
40th place.
Elliott.
I'm really
That's who it
happy
was,
about that
Miles.
because he's one of my favorite characters.
There, yeah, okay.
Oh, you
Elliot,
think
okay.
of the other Mad Dog? Sorry, I didn't.
Who the fuck is Hanul Kang?
I don't know. But shout out Lororo, okay? Shout out Young Sleep. Let's go. Young Sleep.
Lori
Wait,
has
Young-
not done anything
Shout
in
out Young
so
Sleep.
long.
He out here, he taking naps. Let's go. He reading Shih Tzu in his sleep. Shout out Angel. She bad. She got packed up though. I don't know who I don't. Kang? I don't know who that is, bro.
What
Dan.
branch family is Lori from? I can't remember. Because
He's a branch of the Eurasia family.
yeah.
Yeah. Dan, shout out Dan.
Mhm.
I didn't think he'd be this high, honestly.
Viola
Dan,
cooking, how
he's been
you
in a lot of
doctor
arcs.
it. Dan is
Yeah,
this
but he got
high.
his-
Dan got his feet stabbed and stuff with, like, from Rachel or whatever.
Yeah.
He was out for a while.
Yeah.
He
ain't got the
doesn't.
robot-
He's been on his I don't run from the grind arc.
That's
of
right,
the-
Laura gang. Let's go. You know, Young Sleep got Young Sleep, Miss Sleep, King Sleep. We need more Sleepy gang. Daniel makes sense. Yama makes sense. Actually,
being
Shia
that
makes
high
sense to
up
me
at-
too. Beta's higher than I thought he would be, but I thought he'd be like 44-ish That makes sense.
Yama being this high up at that point in the story, but what, chapter 500?
I guess
Damn.
because that
Angel being high is crazy.
She had a lot of panel time in Hell Train.
Yeah, she was. I remember they kidnapped Hua Ryun and whatnot too. Remember?
Yeah,
Hell Train throws everything off.
Yeah.
because that fight with Iwa lasted a fair amount of time.
Yeah.
Bro, do you know who Hannibal Kang is?
Who?
He's the martial arts disciple of Boro.
Who?
No, I know
Boro.
Boro is. Boro was the weapon guy who could like
Remember
match
the
his
beginning
weapon,
of the Hell?
whatever. Or something.
Remember the beginning of Hell Train when Boro's talking to the one dude, and he's like, "Master, I want to do this. I want to be sweet like you." And Boro's like, "No, I don't really take disciples." And that's when Bam comes in and beats the fuck out of everybody on the Hell Train, like the pre-train.
Is this why when he's trying to get the ticket to get on?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, I don't.
Okay, like I don't remember him, but I remember the moment ish now. But
Oh, why did I not remember who Boro was? I'm a fraud.
no, Boro. Wait, is it Boro?
Yeah,
Oh,
I forgot who Boro
Boro.
was
Remember,
for a second.
Boro was supposed to be Boro. Remember, he was like a weapon master. Like, oh,
Yeah,
like,
he was-
Reed.
Yeah, that was his
He was
disciple.
Sachi's friend and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
He was
okay.
a doctor.
Yeah, that's
Bam
his
came from
apprentice.
Revolutionary
I remember
Road
this
to
dude
Dal
now.
Shogun
He
Boy.
was
Yes,
a piece of fodder on the train when
Yes.
Kun was trying to, or Bam was trying to initially recruit him, or whatever it was. You're gonna just take it. Okay.
Shout out Hannibal.
Yeah.
Shout out Daniel.
How did
I
he
like
have
Daniel.
that much panel time for only like? He was like just in the background doing.
That's the
nothing
thing. That
a lot
still
of
counts
Helltrain.
though. Like it's like imagine
he-
like me, you, like Vince, Miles, Simi. We just roll into places, right? And like like the Batman and Superman are always in the front, but like you in the background. You know what I'm saying? You're there. You're in the back. You're not.
He was. I remember him. He was like a character I perceived to be fodder that just refused to die.
Dollar
for
Store
no-
Jedi.
Yes. I could honestly feel like you could have made an argument for Zia being like top 20.
She's her being here. This
She was everywhere.
Yeah, it's not shocking to me. She's a girl likes
I'm
money
surprised.
too, right?
I'm surprised
Yeah.
Lore's higher than her.
Dobby had ass.
I wonder if it's because of. Actually, hold on. Lore is interesting. I want to see what Haku's gonna say, but let me try to guess a little bit. Because beginning makes sense. He's always around the beginning for season 1.
Yeah.
When they're not even regulars yet, they're trying to become regulars to climb. You got this crown game showing and stuff like that. But honestly, after that, I vaguely remember him, unless we're talking about like the last station when Hatsu like cut 2 people in half, and then also during the name hunt station when Hatsu was carrying Lore on his back when he fought the princess. But I think season 1 probably gave him the most amount of screen time though, for sure.
And I guess he might have been sleeping in the background and like you just don't like notice it.
Probably, yeah. So, and even season 2, he would make a panel appearances a lot in the sleeping bag. Fair enough. All right, let's listen though.
And it feels like we haven't seen that much of him. So I'm glad that between season 1, the little bits we saw during season 2, especially workshop battle, getting to see him recently in a flashback, I'm glad that he at least had enough to make top 40. Then we had a tie for 38th place between a character, again, that people forget and people sleep on. Hanul Kang was around.
We forgot, but we're not sleeping on him.
We are not sleeping.
We are. If he's someone who wants to be woke on, what did Stephen A say? I'm comatose.
Hanul Kang doctoring for Bomb's team for quite a bit during the Hell Train stuff. Then we have Angel and Raguel who had Raguel who had the same amount of screen time there. 36th place was another tie between Ed and Dan and Buelser Elliott. Again, people kind of forget about Elliott as well, but again, another tie. I really want to see Elliott again.
I never got Elliott because when he got clapped up by Bam with them chains, I said, none of these mad dogs are raw. I'm done. And then Bagarov came out season 3. I got the blood, Tamara. Everyone's like, ooh, what are you going to do? I'm like, lose. What are we talking about?
Bam nearly whooped his ass before they even got on the train.
Exactly.
Wait, did we ever meet the third one?
No. People thought it was Chang.
Chang
was the one people thought it was. I almost said something crazy. I'll talk about that off screen if I remember.
We've gotten into the canine people stuff, so I really I don't know. I don't know why we haven't gotten to see more of him. And there's the third Mad Dog that's just been completely dropped apparently. 35th place is a really impressive one just because of how new the character is. Yama, despite being
Wait, didn't Chang take Angel and Elliot? Maybe Angel. Elliot's dead.
I thought Elliot's dead.
He's dead.
I thought
He got split. Well, not Mutari got split. Sorry, but he got. I actually don't remember now. Now I'm doubting myself. I'm pretty sure he's dead though. Right?
these Mad Dogs, bro, got sent to the tower. All this shit, these things suck.
Yeah, they're not. They're not mad, bro. There's no dog in him. He got no dog in him. With a dog, there's no dog in him.
You ain't like the Clippers.
Chang took Angel and Elliot to Paul. That's crazy. I actually want to look at that. I'm looking at that after. I do not remember that. I did not
I
register
forgot
that.
Elliot was still alive.
Same.
I don't know why he's.
You
still
know what?
alive either.
Elliot's the one who slashes Muntari in half, right?
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm thinking maybe like Bam sliced Elliot in half. I don't know why. I
I
misremembered
thought
that.
he like flare waved explosion to this man and he died of like internal damage. That's what I thought.
Okay. Remember, Paul couldn't find the cage, so Chang took him to Paul so Paul could find the and that's when Paul came out of Mian's mouth, right? The weird thing that Shia, the other girl was carrying around. Okay, it's coming back to me.
being so new to the series has already gotten enough screen time to have made it to 35th. 34th was Daniel Hatchet, which makes a ton of sense because he was on
Absolutely.
screen a ton in the early Hell Train days.
Plus the flashbacks.
From Revolution Road all the way through Dollar Show. Then we have Zsa Zsa in 33rd place. Again, makes sense. We've seen Zsa Zsa on and off quite a bit. 32nd, Fonseca
Elliot's
Ray.
in
And again,
Kunz-
anytime
Kunz-
we see him all huddled up in his blanket,
You are
but
my
again, it's
god,
clearly him,
Julia
like
Grace.
riding on Hatsu's back or whatever. I count that.
Okay, fair
In
enough.
31st place, Beta. Good for Beta. Good for Beta, making it almost to top
Wait,
30.
I just I'm gonna
In
see
our
a lot
top
of people.
30
I
by
don't
screen
like.
What if it
time, I'm
counts
sure
every
we have.
time Beta's in that weapon?
What the cube?
the cube, Kuhn's cube that he never uses.
Wow, what kind of was
Barrow,
The
Barrow.
lighthouse.
Oh
shield.
my
Shit.
gosh.
Daniel? He has some taste.
Traveler.
Rand. This is not a character ranking. He is well, so not in this way that you think. This is based on their appearances in Tower of God. This is not like his favorite 100 characters. This is characters top 100 based on appearance, just so you know. So
Fucking Cassano Beniamino, bro.
I cannot stand Ignition Web Live. These guys.
I don't like either of them. I'm the same. Enocor. Thank you. Enocor. Thank you. I couldn't remember those calls.
Barrow.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Traveler?
I'm like very, but she's definitely background walking around and stuff. But that's
She is.
crazy.
She is.
Traveler is sending me. I gotta see this one.
Barrow is the amigo Chaz of Bam's group.
Prince,
That's the way it works.
the dead guy.
Soon y'all be in the Simi's era. We'll see. Because I think for us, it's weird to see like Rand because in real lifetime we have not seen Rand for so long. It's just a name on station, right?
I haven't seen Rand in 8 years.
But yeah, but Rand was going crazy up until he wasn't, though. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So he makes sense.
So was Novik.
No, Novik being there's not bothering me. I was talking about Traveler. That's crazy to me. But maybe he
Crazy
was
as
just
fuck.
inconspicuous in the back a lot. But let's talk. Let's see what he says.
I was close with Karaka. I said Karaka and White close to top 20. So at least White's gonna be there. Karaka's close.
Karaka actually has more screen time than I thought. I thought he didn't make the list. I'll be honest. But yeah.
More than even surprised. Evan is surprising.
Have some really, really big surprises. So 30th place is Yuan Sung. Again, really
real
cool.
one.
Like I mentioned, if this is just counting the real Yuan Sung. But if we counted the real Yuan Sung and the data Yuan Sung
Tied for Yuri,
together,
right?
they would have... if we counted the two of them together, they would have tied with Yuri, who we still haven't seen yet. So they would have been even higher up, or he would have been really higher up. But yeah, Yuan Sung making it to top 30 even without counting the data version who also made top 100. We have King Horyang or Benyamino Ilmar in 29th place. Our last tie is 27th place. It's Beto Beto, who makes sense, and Traveler. When I first got to this, the two biggest surprises for me when I first put all my notes together, the two biggest surprises for me personally, even as the person taking notes, were Helljo being so low. I was really surprised that he was so low, and Traveler being so high. Traveler is ridiculously high up here. Then 26th place, we have Novik getting into the top 20.
Novik is not bothering me. Novik was really around. I remember he's like he's part of the Ha family like branch and stuff too. I remember. He fought that like metal dirt guy or something too when they were in that maze. I remember. Novik was around. That makes sense.
His ass definitely isn't a technician though.
Wait, I just realized Casino's over. I just realized Casino's over Harangue. I'm actually surprised about that. It's not reversed.
It's not. I guess it's not far enough for me to be like. But I hear you. I probably would have thought the other way too.
You know what it is? Kasano grabbed the second part of the ignition weapon shit, and Harangue had to be sidelined for a while. That's why
because they went back to save him and shit. Yeah,
because Kasano could ignite both at once.
Yeah.
25th is Beniamino Casano, which is a little bit of a surprising one. A little bit of a surprise. That one's a bit shocking, but I guess when you think about how much he's been around, I guess maybe not. 24th is Evan Edrock. Really, really high rating there for Evan. Been around since like the very beginning of the series. Though.
I'm telling y'all, Yuri top 10, bro.
23rd is Karaka.
22nd, Evan should be really close to Yuri.
21st was Kunran. So interesting that, again, Kunran's had a ton of screen time. 21st place is pretty high up. But also interesting that Kunran didn't make the top 20. We now go into the top 20 with what is probably yet another pretty shock.
No! Wrong about Yuri! Fuck! Yuri! I'm so sure Yuri's like 9. I'm so sure.
Missing has more panel time than Yuri.
Yuri's 20? Shout out my girl. Wait.
That is not okay.
Haigh-Rankers needs to go and die.
Look at
She is
wallowing behind the top 15.
look at a knack though. You know what I'm saying? You don't talk Han arc after. Okay, actually that makes sense. Though he was around. David
Haigh-Rankers at top 20.
Wait, I just realized Boro's top 10.
That's crazy. I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm about to throw up. Ah, shoot! That's
dude,
crazy.
Haigh-Rankers. I hate her. I think she's the worst character.
How the fuck does Irure have more panel time than Lore?
Hey, do not sleep on my girl.
Yeah, shut the Miss Sleep, yo. We out here sleeping game.
We're sleeping out here.
Is over.
You're right.
They're equally cool.
No.
You ain't see her wake up and create a tornado. That was
no.
Sachi, Miss Sleep, Fonseca family rep though. Europe being so high up is garbage, bro. Yeah, that's
White is definitely top 10 now, by the way.
Well, no, he's right here.
Yes. He's saying with like if we're at 541.
Yeah.
Ooh, for sure. Oh yeah, 100%.
So I was right. If they're combined, they would be top.
Well, actually,
20,
does that not count anymore because Vincente's in control? Does that change?
But still, he was going after Mam a lot and stuff. He fought the guy with many arms. He was getting powered up by
different humans.
He fought Caliban stuff would be there though.
I'm so upset.
Anyways, let's just listen.
With Fonseca Irure or Cherry La.
Miss Sleep!
It's surprising, but then when you think about it, Cherry La or Irure was around through Revolution Road, all through the sort of dollar show, the sort of dollar show Hell Train segment, then was part of the group that went off to the Name Hunt station, even though she didn't really do much there. Was part of the group that went onto the Floor of Death, I believe, as well, and onto the Hidden Floor, where she had her fight with her uncle, the Sworn Enemy.
Oh,
so,
yes. She did have the Sworn Enemy fight. That's totally true.
Yeah, she did the tornado shit, yeah.
That's totally true. And I was trying to think of, like, what am I not remembering about her? Because I knew it was something I was remembering, but that's what it was, though. I'm like, what? There's something that she did I remember. I didn't remember the tornado exactly, but yes.
Yeah, and there's supposed to be that weird special thing where she was texting somebody.
Yeah, he had pink hair too, I remember. Okay.
Again, has had a lot of screen time. Had all this mysterious stuff.
Sachi was going to be high, though. I knew that.
Like, might I add, with like, oh, we need to steal this or follow Bomb around or whatever. But then, like, we don't know why. We don't know what the mission that Irure was on.
Nothing does.
He's bagless.
Yes.
He got no bag.
It's like 2019 Giannis. That's what he is.
You don't need a bag if what works, and it don't work, so we bagless.
So, like, again, more mysteries there that CU's got to get back to in the future. 19th place was Haigh-Rankers. Oh, yeah, also I have, like, I haven't brought it up for every single character because I felt like it would bog down the
Fuck her
video,
and
which
her
is already going to
suitcase.
be kind of long as it is. But I do have like the exact amount of sort of chapters each character's appeared in written down in case I wanted to reference it at all. Funsukal Irure was in 90 chapters of Tower of God.
What? Nah.
He miscounted. It was 89. No, I'm kidding. That's crazy though. What the hell?
So out of the first 500 chapters, almost 1 in every 5 chapter would have featured Funsukal Irure. 19th place we have Haigh-Rankers.
Damn.
18th we have Anaxahard. I guess I could say the ones for the top 20 just to show sort of the gaps between them. Haigh-Rankers appeared in 94 chapters and Anaxahard
I'm
appeared in
disgusted.
95 out of the first 500 chapters.
One more than
Tower of
Haigh-Rankers.
Which is a
This
lot.
is
We
gross.
haven't seen Anak in forever. Anak had a ton of screen time early on and then like nothing. And I think my first ever like top whatever favorite Tower of God characters videos that I must have done like 6 years ago, I probably put Anak at number 1. Anak was my favorite character for like the longest time. But boy, being an Anak fan is rough.
Yes, it
'Cause we haven't
is.
seen Anak do anything in, well, I guess since the workshop battle.
Green
So
Apple,
forever.
right.
Probably a good,
You didn't see her riding Vespa though? The name one station? That title clean. You ain't never seen. All right.
oh God, like 8-ish years? I don't know, a ton of time. Probably longer than that. 17th place was David Hockney, who came in at 96 chapters. Honak Raptor in 16th was in 103 chapters. 15th place, Yuri Zahard was at 106 chapters, which would have been an exact tie. A tie this high up at 15th place with Yuan Sung if I would have
makes sense.
counted
'Cause he's
the
like-
real Yuan Sung and Daddy Yuan Sung
He's a
together
true
as
blue
one character.
team member now.
So again,
the
that's
eyes.
just where he would be if I counted them
You know what's
together.
crazy? There's a part of me that want I'm Mikey. I'm like, and Dorsey's gonna be top 10, but I didn't want her to be, so I'm like, nah, she's like 50.
Of course she was gonna be.
Yeah.
14th place, Sachi
I'm a hater.
Faker again makes sense. Was
Wait a
there
minute.
all throughout the Hell Train saga, which was by far the longest chunk of the series, with 116 chapters
I
appeared
imagine
in.
if I watched a One Piece
Yeo
Battle Time
Miseng in
reaction,
13th
my
place with
upsetness at
123
certain
chapters.
characters.
Miseng has really done a lot and really doesn't get the credit she deserves. Again, a bit biased because I like the character, but Miseng, if you
deserves
go back
no
and
credit.
reread, really did a lot throughout season 2. 12th place was White/Arie Joaquin, and again,
Rip
even
the
though they
goat.
call him White, I count any point at which Joaquin is the main personality.
Okay.
When like, you know, personality-wise, that is Joaquin in control. That is the same character. You know, we
It's true because the spell is for him, so that makes sense. I'm not mad at that.
Okay.
have Vicente
I'm good
in
at that.
control now, but any
Vicente was
White
always
when
dead.
Joaquin was in control was still Joaquin to me. It was still the same character. So they came in 12th with 127 chapters. Yeon Yua almost making the top 10 despite us not having seen her in forever. I really need
I am actually shocked she's this high, but like the consistent theme is like, were you around for season 2 on the Hell Train? Whether you were in the forefront or background, you were here. I think that's the biggest takeaway I have.
Also, all the
right now.
panels of her cock watching Bam probably helped a lot too.
Yes.
us to get
I
Yeon
don't
back
like it. What are you
sometime
talking
soon.
about?
She had 129 chapters appeared in out of 500, and that brings us to our top 10. And that
If
brings
Bam's
us into
first, I'm
the
gonna
top
scream.
10 characters in all of Tower
What
of
do you
God
mean?
by
Of
screen
course he
time,
is.
which is
I won't lie to
Top
you. There
10.
was a
Love to
part.
see
There's a part of me deep in myself. Like, is Aguero higher? I swear to God, I thought about it. I really did. Okay, this is a top 10 that I can get
Boro's
behind,
number
except for
8.
Boro. Oh
Boro
my
being
God, you
above-
ruined it. Why are you here, you bozo? Oh my.
Boro being above Hats and Shibisu is crazy.
There's Simi going crazy. Why are you in 6? I knew she had to be top 10. And Dorsey, I didn't know she was gonna be this high.
This
Really
top 5 makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boro's really the only odd man out. That's it.
Yeah, but once we saw Sachi Faker at 14, I'm like, Boro's higher.
I can't believe that shit, dog.
I feel like you could make a thing that Rock would be like closer to like 7, honestly. Because Rack had that whole thing where he was gone
Here's the
for a
other thing.
grip.
Rack
But
is a main
also
character that is
Guerrero
in the
was asleep
background
for a
doing
while.
nothing. Yeah.
True.
So
Rack is the problem with Rack is that he's a main character that also stands in the background doing nothing.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rachel
The
makes
ship. I'm
perfect
glad
sense.
ship's number 9.
Yeah, Shibisu being here is really dope to me. I didn't think he would have made it in general.
No way.
Same with Hatsu.
Mhm.
Like, honest to God, what this list should be is that Anak should be in the top 10 with these guys. That's what it should be.
Yes. Yeah.
Probably
Like, in
a
terms of
lot
the
less
characters that should be
surprising.
in the
There is
story,
one
like, there's no
here
way
that
in
was
hell
kind
Goro
of a
should be in the
surprise to
story
me.
this much.
Not a huge surprise or anything.
Because, I mean, that
But
is
in
basically the second 3.
Send me out here, top 6. Let's go.
10th place, we have Hatsu, who I refuse to call Hats with a Z because that's a really dumb name and not a
Right?
great translation.
That's just like
But
a
who appeared in
nickname to me.
135 chapters
Shout
out
out
of the
to
first
Z.
500. Shibisu or Ship Lisu, I was just going to call him
More
Shibisu,
Zs.
but I was
Isu,
actually
Isu.
surprised when looking around how many people still call him Ship Lisu. So I just stuck both translations up there. He showed up in 151 chapters out of 500.
Yes,
we
sir.
have Boro in 8th place with 154 chapters. Ja Wangnan in 7th.
You know what? I'm insulted. You know why I'm insulted? Don't you tell me Wagner has 7 halves. I haven't seen Rad in years, my boy. Like, you said 8? Like, he's still top 21. That's so crazy, yo. That's funny, though. That's funny. I love
Take
that.
this dagger, Wangnan.
Oh,
Disappear
God.
from the story forever.
But I love Hatu being there, man. That's my guy, bro. You know me. I'm one thing about me and Haku a little bit. I think we ride for a lot of season 1 characters. That's for sure.
7th with 159 appearances. Waryun in 6th, just missing the top 5. I really, really thought she was going to be in the top 5.
Imagine
but
if
she came in
had
6th.
more appearances than Rachel. Oh my God.
Ooh.
With 178 chapters appeared in. Rachel in 5th was the one surprise to me. I really feel like, even though Rachel's so
How is
important
Rachel
to the story,
surprising than
I really
Boro?
feel like she didn't get that much screen time. I guess, again, season 1 she was around a lot. Early season 2 we saw her with Kuhn's team quite a bit. And
Haku,
She was
if you're-
always making
Haku,
moves.
if you're still here, just out of curiosity, maybe you say it soon. Rachel being this in the top 10 doesn't surprise me. Maybe as high as 5 is. What did you do with I almost said Icarus? Is that what
When
was
she
her
was in
what was her
isekai
persona?
body.
Yeah, what was her persona?
Michelle Light.
No, not
Is
Michelle
it
Light.
Michelle Light? No, that
Was it Icarus? What name did she use again when she was the elf in the hidden
might have
floor?
been Icarus.
Okay,
It
Icarus.
might have been Icarus, though.
Did you count that, or like I don't know? Just out of curiosity, but maybe you say it.
She really bodied herself giving her
moving
that.
into Workshop Battle,
Yeah,
we
that
didn't
was
see her
literally
that
setting
much.
herself
But then
up
going
for
into
that.
Hell Train, we saw a ton
Icarus counted as Rachel. Okay, thank you.
of Rachel.
I'm not
So-
mad at that. I just wanted to know if you did it or not. That's all.
I guess it really, in like Floor of Death, she was like really, really prominent.
She was around for
Same
that.
with
She
Hidden
got
Floor,
watched
there
by
was
a
a lot
toy
of
bee.
her, including her as Icarus, which I count
Not
because,
even best
again,
with
that
me
was
either.
obviously just Rachel. Icarus wasn't their own separate character. So yeah, 182 chapters appeared in. It feels weird, kind of. I knew that Rachel would be high up, probably top 10, but I didn't expect that highly rated. Now, Andrasi, I was maybe just kind of wrong on. I wasn't really sure where Andrasi would lie.
Neither was I,
like,
dude. I
you
didn't know
know,
what to do.
she
No way
did
she
spend a
wouldn't
lot.
have been
Like,
top five.
I'm kind of a hater. I'm like, I don't want her to be that high, but if she is, I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm with you. I was kind of like,
That's
I
my
don't know
princess.
what to do with it.
That's my princess right
Hey,
there.
Miles.
That's unfortunate. And just as a
Y'all
side
haters.
note,
Y'all haters. Y'all don't know.
just
Say
I
it,
don't know
Miles.
what it is.
just as a side note, because I always like bringing it up. I think it's funny. I never noticed that horn. I read Tower like 6 times, and someone pointed
Bro,
out, and I'm like,
dead
bro,
ass.
what?
First time I read the story, I never noticed the horn. Second time I read it, I was like, what the fuck
But that's
is that?
but that's the thing, Glam. You noticed on the second time. I've read Tower God at least 10 times, and someone pointed that out to me just randomly, and I'm like, oh my god! And now I can't unsee it. I just did not register it. I thought this was a part in her hair, naturally.
Facts.
So yeah.
A lot of arcs not with us, so maybe she's not going to be rated that highly. And then there was part of me that, like, maybe she'll come in second place behind Bomb, because she really has gotten a ton of screen time. but she appeared in 197 out of the first 500 chapters and came in 4th place in terms of screen time. So yeah, Andrasi's there.
up, Hunter
Rack is
is
another
third.
one that's a little bit surprising in 3rd place, and I guess really shouldn't be surprising.
These guys are like they're like the trifecta of awesome. These are Bam's best friends.
Nah, I'm telling you, there was just a certain point where I swear, like, Rack to me honestly was a surprise to me. I knew he'd be top 10,
You're
but top
probably
3 I'm
thinking
surprised
of when
at,
he was on the
honestly.
hidden floor and they hadn't seen him in a while after the name hunt station or whatever. But
Yeah,
Guerrero
but
was
also I
also
even
gone
remember
for a
beginning
while.
of season 2.
Can I just say something real
But
quick,
yeah,
Haku? I am very upset at you that you used compressed rack in this picture. I'm not gonna lie.
What
Why
do you mean?
did
It's
you
Rock
do this
Throw. You'll
to
see
him?
the Rock's
But
coming up, bro.
I fucking hate it here.
But Naya, I was even gonna say, remember season 2, Kun was the main one around with his team, and you really didn't see Rack until like workshop.
He was in the background.
Yeah.
Remember, he saw that.
No, he wasn't around that
Paracule told him that Bama died.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here!
there's
You're
that.
tripping.
Yeah, there's that
Oh, he
chapter,
told
and then
him
we
that
don't see him
Kun
for like
died.
a while.
Oh well. Let's see. Let's finish this off.
Rack showed up in 261 out of the first 500 chapters, so over half of every chapter featured Rack. Plus, again, number 3 in terms of screen time. What surprised me was when I
Rack didn't
first
surprise
took, you'll see when I go over the different segments,
Make
when I
Rack great
first
again.
took my notes on season 1 or volume
Yes, sir.
1,
It'll never happen.
he wasn't even in the top 5, and I was like, wow, Rack really didn't get that much screen time there. And then Rack was missing for the first chunk of season 2. Rack spent chunks of the Hell Train saga, like the Hidden Floor and the floor. Well, he was back for the Hidden Floor. He spent the Floor of Death missing. There was just so many sections of the series where we didn't have any Rack at all that I didn't know if the times when he was with the main group would make up for that. But yeah, it did. He ended up in 3rd place. Kunagro Agnes ended up in 2nd place, which really shouldn't be surprising.
Yeah, it was like I know like Bam was really the one. There's just a part of it like I wonder just as a monkey wrench. Like, but Guerrero was no lower than 2nd to me. Literally would have been shocked if he was 3rd. No cap.
Yeah.
If like
I would
Rack
be
was
curious
2nd, I would have been shocked.
about a.
Go ahead.
I would have been curious about a season 1 or season 2 take, because I would argue season 1 Bam definitely isn't.
I don't think so. Actually, yeah, I don't know.
I don't think.
It's interesting to think about. But let me finish this section off until I think then he goes by arcs.
With 357 chapter appearances out of the first 500. And then, again, the main character should be fairly obvious. Came in first, 25th Bomber, Juvial Grace.
What? I'm joking.
With 450 appearances in the first 500 chapters. So again, it's pretty interesting that 10% of chapters Bomb didn't even appear in. But it's also very interesting that he appeared in 90% of chapters. But yeah, I guess really the top of this list isn't all that surprising. I think some people might be surprised by Boro, but that's not really surprising to me.
It is, but it isn't.
Really well. Rachel being above Warrion is surprising to me. I
become a
really
Boro
thought
hater after
Warrion
this,
was
I'm
going to
not
make
gonna
top 5.
I don't
really
like it.
didn't
Boro's
think.
ba-
I thought
Boro's
maybe top
basically
10, but I
just the
didn't think
Kenny
Rachel
Mon
was
of
making
Tower of
top
God.
5. Like at all. Rachel does. When I think of Tower of God characters we've
Get 'em
seen
up-
a lot
get 'em
of,
on
I
cooler.
don't think of Rachel really.
I had to leave at that one.
So again, an
Because it was
interesting
right.
top
I was
10,
so upset.
but maybe not a super surprising one. I guess it depends on who you are. But like I said, I'll actually talk about the segments I split it into in the top 10 from each of those sections. So when I was
Okay, so I love this, but let me check his tweet up for a quick second here. Did my thing change screens? Yes, it did. Okay.
See, this is even worse that Rack is top 3 and and he hasn't done shit. Like, that's even worse.
Light is top 5. Oh my god.
So took Tower of God screen time notes for chapters 501 to 533 in preparation for doing an updated video, chapter 600. I'll take notes every 33 chapters. Here are the top 10 places by screen time and chapters.
Oh, in that time.
Okay, so
I was about to say
Bam.
top 5 total.
Oh, were you thinking like if he adds them, then this is the new order?
That's what I thought. I
Oh,
didn't read the
okay.
tweet.
No,
I
that'd
just
be
saw the
crazy
picture.
because Hodgins Sung would have jumped from 44.
I saw Asensio and I was like, wait a minute, something's wrong right now.
Yeah. Okay, so Kennedy, Purdity, Asensio,
Who the
Calivan.
Dang, Cynthia? Oh,
Yeah. Lafave, Doom, Yuhan Sung,
hello,
Marborg.
Pooh Diddy.
Yeah.
Lafave, okay.
Candidy's the girl. I don't remember Mayor. Who's Mayor? Is Mayor the guy? The other
John
hatchling?
Mayer.
I think so.
There's
I think
Yama,
so.
Yas Racha, White / Vincente, White / Holkin, Rack,
Wait,
Aria.
Aria is that high still, too?
Okay.
How the fuck is Arya that high?
Maybe I guess no, but you know what? She was traveling with Bam, and she did come into the suspendium and everything too. I guess so.
Actually, wait a minute. I'm thinking of a completely different person.
I feel like I haven't seen Haryun in forever. Am I crazy?
I was thinking about Kuhn's sister, not the
Oh,
random
Maria.
bitch
No.
that Bam rezzed.
Shout out to all of my patrons, my CBLs, the priests of fire, but especially my tier 3 subscribers, the fifth Zan gods. Shout out to Sonny Kathapali, Simi, Shoddy to Your Body, Scobe, Revenant, Miles, Chris, Cayenne, Triss, Chromizone, Abdel, and my boy Alan. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you.